All right. Again, thank you. Thank you for being here today. You could be anywhere else doing something else, but you are here instead for one or two reasons. You're here because you care about your business and how it's viewed, and to learn practical ways to craft a unique brand identity to ultimately, right, impact and make sales. That is the goal. My name is Teresa G. Sivak. I am a certified brand and marketing strategist for veteran-based businesses, but I help any other business that also needs marketing help, branding help, etc. So you guys are not excluded, but that is my niche, quote unquote, my industry. That's who I help. So the agenda for today, understanding brand identity. We're going to learn a little bit about that, defining your core values and mission, why you need it, why it's important, identifying your target audience, crafting a compelling brand story, designing visual elements that resonate, consistent messaging across all platforms, right? And of course, the practical steps to implement in your brand. If you guys have any questions, please put it in the chat. I'll be answering questions towards the end of the webinar. Okay, so understanding brand identity. The number one reason you are here and wanting to understand why why crafting a unique brand identity is important and what really is for your business is so you can start aligning your business goals and directing your business in the right path to, again, right, ultimately attract and generate the consistent traffic that we all desire in our business. So understanding brand identity, think of brand identity as the unique set of elements that distinguish or differentiate your business from others. Remember, some of us are not the only ones that are doing what we do. There are other businesses, other people that do, even in our area, that do the same thing that we do. But how are you going to stand out to your crowd? How are you going to attract the people that you want your products to be purchased by? Is understanding the brand identity, understanding why you need to do this for your business specifically, and what are the steps that needs to happen, right? So, for example, I have three industries here. I have tax professionals, graphic designers, real estate professionals. These are businesses that are common that a lot of people do it in our area, right? Wherever we are. So tax professionals, for example, a brand identity that communicates trust, accuracy, expertise, right? When we hire somebody that does accounting, taxing, all in that industry, we want to feel safe and want to have that trust, like they are managing our finances, they have personal information. So immediately, how are they going to be attracted, or how are we going to attract them to us to them, is how their brand identity is set up. Graphic designers, same thing. A creative, innovative, and visually appealing identity, right? You guys do graphic designing. If there are any graphic designers on this call right now or this meeting, what creative elements are you going to portray, or how are you going to stand out? Okay, you guys do graphic design. That is pretty graphic design. I'm attracted to that. That's great. Let's move forward. Again, real estate professionals, same thing. A brand that emphasizes how reliable you are with, the home purchasing process, or properties that are in, I'm trying to invest, or whatever the case may be, or community knowledge, or customer care. Here I have some quick implementation tips, a quick audit, for example. Write down 3 words that describe your business and 3 words you want your customers to think of when they hear your brand name. And think about and ask yourself, are these aligned? And if they are, that is wonderful. If they're not, then we have some work to do. Next is defining your core values and mission. So what is the reason? Why do I need to do this? Create a foundation or starting a point for everything that you do, guiding your decisions, strategies, interactions, finances, everything. You need a backbone. You need a starting point. Defining your values and your mission. Okay, how am I going to attract the type of audience that I want? The first thing is we want to define our values and our mission. That way we can easily attract those people to us. So why should I? Crafting a brand identity is not just about creating a logo or a catchy tagline. So a lot of us, one of the number one mistakes that we do as a brand that is starting, for example, we want to go to the pretty stuff first. And then we want to ride towards 6 months in, a year in. Why are we not attracting the audience that we want? Why are we not creating the sales that we want? Why are we not impacting how we want? Well, does your target audience, are they attracted to your logo? You know, one thing I like to tell my clients is our logo, our tagline, our website, our colors is not for us, is for our target audience, is for our client. Yes, you can have some elements that you like, that you know, but not just, if my favorite color is pink, which it is pink, but you will not see pink anywhere. Why? Because my target audience, which is military professionals, military audiences, veterans, there's no pink anywhere, right? So I put the colors that are attracted to them, usually are neutral colors, browns, blacks, and so on. Here I have some businesses. For new businesses, start by identifying your core values, mission, and vision. Ask yourself these questions. What does my business stand for? You need to know what's important in your business and why. What are you doing aside from making money? What's the reason that your business has started aside from just making money? There has to be a backbone, a reason. So what does my business stand for? What problem am I solving? What values guide my business decisions? For seasoned business owners that have been around for a while now, I'm talking about 2, 3, 4, 5, even 10 years plus, revisit your core values and mission to ensure they still align with your current business goals. Oftentimes we have to be regenerating our business goals or adapting to the new changes, you know. So seasoned business owners, go back and ask yourself questions. Okay, you know, does my goals still defined? What do I need to do to continuously attract my clients? Or the steps that I'm taking, are they still working? These are just questions, simple questions, basic questions that you should ask yourself on a day-to-day basis. Here's a one-day task. Draft a mission statement that clearly defines what your business does, who it serves, and why it matters. And keep it concise, no more than 2 sentences. Why is that? Because we have, again, just like the beginning, I was saying, there's a lot of people that do what we do. So right now, in order to keep our clients' attention, we have to be concise. We have to be straight to the point. And the reasoning is core values and mission statements are a foundation of your brand identity. They guide everything: finances, marketing, every decision that we make for a business, every decision that should be made for a business derives from the core values and mission. So here we go. Let's talk a little about Novo. Okay, so Novo is, as you may or may not know, it's a digital bank designed specifically for small business owners, freelancers, entrepreneurs, and it offers several the features that can support and build your growing brand. For me, as a marketing professional, there are tools that I love to use that just are super beneficial to me. And one of them is the streamlined business banking. So a lot of us value the, for example, the no fees, no hidden fees. It's something that I love. I used to have a different bank, but I'm not going to name. But, you know, we're tackled with like all of these fees and hidden transactions. And I'm like, okay, well, now I have to take some time to do that and check it out and see where it's coming from and dispute or whatever the case may be. But with Novo, we are not going to be doing that. The unlimited invoicing, you can send unlimited invoices directly from your Novo account, helping you manage your cash flow efficiently. For me, that saves time. I like to say that I am a productive business owner, not a busy business owner. So one of the things is the ease of invoicing. I need a quick, service. Here's an invoice instead of me having to type it up or, go on Canva, make it all pretty, send it through Novo, call it a day, get paid, boom, straight. If you want to continue the conversation, of course, you can join Novo's Alignable community group, or you can join Novo's Facebook group. Here are the QR codes. You can scan that. There are other professionals like myself who will be conducting webinars like these, so you can join and continue building your brand. All right, next up, identifying your target audience. I know we are tired of this. Why? Because we're always hearing, who is your target audience? Who do you sell to? What do you do? Who is it for? So identifying your target audience is super crucial because it allows you to tailor your products, your services, your marketing efforts to meet the specific needs and preferences of the people that most likely become your customers. And right now, you're probably, but everyone's my target audience. My product is for everyone. Okay. If you want a higher conversion rate, then who will you market to that will most likely purchase your product? Those are the people that you need to market to 100%. Why? Because you don't want to be throwing darts at the dartboard and just missing. That's how sales is. You throw a dart, oh, I missed the goal. I missed the target. That is the same thing, okay? It allows you to connect more deeply with the people who most likely to become a loyal customer. And what do loyal customers do? They sell for you. Like, oh man, I had a consultation with, David, and he helped me with this problem, and he's going to help you too. Why? Because they will literally go on and on and on. Why? Because you have your target audience, you identify your target audience from the very beginning. So you created a loyal customer, therefore selling from. That is where word of mouth comes from, by the way, if you guys did not know. Here's some, examples. If you're a marketing professional, target small businesses owners who need help scaling their marketing efforts. For example, my marketing agency is a full service marketing agency, but I target specific people. Real estate professionals, right? Focusing on military families relocating frequently. Who are the people that are most likely going to buy from you, that are going to go with you because they need your services fast? So if you're a real estate professional that live close to military bases or close to military states, that's something to consider. Here's a quick implementation tip. Okay. Create a customer persona. Create a simple customer persona by listing their age, job, interest, and primary pain points. And this is going to guide your content, your marketing, how you're going to be talking, and that's how they're going to be attracted to you. Here's some new businesses. Conduct a thorough marketing research. Seasoned businesses, of course, analyze their current customer base and segment them into different personas. Look for any changes and modify as you need to. Okay, crafting a compelling brand story. We should all do this. Okay, we should all do this. When we hear the story of a founder, how they started, what were their struggles, how they overcame their struggles, how I can relate to them, or follow along in their journey, or even support because they're so inspiring. Everyone started from somewhere. Everyone needs to do this. Up here, you see a little illustration. I know you guys know who that is. Do you know who that is? Right? Jeff Bezos? Okay. So if you didn't know the story, if he started in his rented home in his garage and he would sell just books, started by books. And now what we do, I'm going to Amazon it, or I'm going to go to Amazon. I'm going to buy from Amazon. Let me go check Amazon. That's all we say, at least once a day. Am I right? Am I right? Because I do it all the time. Like, I need something for my marketing agency, or I need a new something, or a new gadget, or a new camera. Let me go on Amazon. Let me see how much it is on Amazon before I even go on Google. So he has built that brand over the years. And here's some examples also for tax professionals. from a small office helping local families to a trusted advisor for small businesses. And you can, show what you've done, your accomplishments, who you've helped, how much you've sold. It's okay to brag a little bit. Okay, this is where you're allowed to brag over here when you're crafting your brand story, because we need to know how you started. I want to be able to help and support. I want to be inspired by you. Okay. Nonprofits, super important. I know there's a lot of nonprofits on here, started from in a basement with a vision to change the world, or whatever your nonprofit does. Now feeding thousands daily, or now, advocating for X, Y, and Z, right? People need to know where you started, what were your struggles, how you overcame it, how you did it, because that's how you are going to emotionally attract your people as well. Okay. So for new businesses, craft a compelling brand story that communicates your brand's journeys, values, and what it sets it apart. This is also helps to set you apart, believe it or not. Okay. Share your story across the website, your social media, and other marketing channels. For seasoned business owners, right? You probably like, okay, well, I've been around for 10 years, 20 years now, or I work for, whatever the case may be. Now, share your customer success stories and testimonials. This is going to help with the brand story. How you started with one customer and now you have 10 customers or 10 clients, or how you started with 0 customers and now you have 30, 40, or even 5. What were the stages or the levels or the phases that got you there? Okay. So here's my quick exercise. Write down your business's origin story in 3 sentences and focus on what inspired you to start and how your journey aligns with your values. And go on social media, create a 30-second video and just talk about your brand. I can promise you, all right, guaranteed, you're going to get at least one person that's going to be inspired, or one person that's going to like it, or one person is going to be like, you know what, this is amazing. I didn't know this was like this. And that's how you start creating your personal brand as well. But that's another webinar or another training for another day, creating a personal brand. Okay. Next thing is designing visual elements to resonate. All right. Super important. Super important. Okay. Visuals are a powerful tool for communication, brand recognition, and emotional connection. What's the first thing you see in people or in their brands? Their logo, probably, right? Or the colors. Wow, that color resonates with me. I know now, knowing what I know, if a brand has a color that does not match with their values, with their target audience, I can immediately tell if they are struggling or not. Okay. Because when it comes to how we are attracted to things and your target audience, we have the colors, we have the branding, we have the fonts. Psychologically, we are attracted to things that we form an emotional connection with. So very important to attract your people with branding across the board. Not only that, did you know that this creates trust as well, alongside other things? But this creates lots and lots of trust, because if you can be consistent across all platforms, that just means that you can be consistent with me as a client. Okay. So new businesses, design your logo, color palette, typography, and other visual elements that reflect your brand's personality and values. Seasoned business owner, okay, evaluate your current visual identity and refresh it as needed, or if needed, to keep it modern and aligned with your brand's evolution or your brand's target audience. Okay, here's some examples. Here's a quick implementation tip. Choose one color palette and 2 fonts and just roll with it everywhere you go. Go on Canva, choose a color, a palette, 2 or 3 colors, some fonts, and now you can create your templates, your social media templates, your website, just like that. Because here's the thing. Have you ever been to a brand on social media, let's say on Instagram, and they look completely different on TikTok, or their website looks completely different? And you're like, you start asking these questions like, okay, well, are they really consistent? And then it's just like, maybe they're cheap. Maybe they're not going to help me with my problem. And they move on. I know I've done that. So Super important to keep across all platforms, just like these big brands like McDonald's. They all have the same everywhere, same font, same colors. All you see is red and yellow everywhere, right? Red and yellow everywhere. Next, consistent messaging across all platforms. So new business, ensure that every customer touch point, your website, your social media, this ties into designing visual elements that resonate. Make sure that this aligns and is the same across all platforms. Super, super important. I'm talking about your website. I'm talking about your social media platforms, your templates that you use, the messaging, the wording, the font, everything, because this is going to create and establish the trust that's needed to sell, okay? To sell. So the number one benefit, again, trust. And what do you need to purchase from a brand? Trust. We all need it, and we all should strive consistently to establish it everywhere and update it as needed. Here's some examples again and some implementable tips. So review your last 5 social media posts and website homepage. Ensure the tone, the language, and the message are consistent and aligned with your brand identity. So here's a quick also example. Novo, what do you see? You see purple, you see blue, and you see black, and you see white, right? They're consistent across the board on their social media platforms, on their website. So that creates trust. And like, okay, they can manage my money for sure, you know? So super important as a brand, especially if you're starting and as you start growing as well. So why is it important? Here's a quick, recap. A quick recap. So why it's important. And the number one thing is it just differentiates you from a crowded market. Remember, you're not the only one that does what you do. So that's the number one thing. Then, of course, it builds customer trust and loyalty, guides your marketing efforts, enhances your business value, creates a strong first impression, right? First impression matters, right? And then supports growth, expansion, and advocacy, right? Word of mouth. Here's some practical steps just to end the presentation. So develop a unique value proposition. So this means create a product. What will differentiate you from the person that does what you do? Is it, your customer service? Is it how you talk? Is it how you present your products and your services? What will be different from the person or the company or the other brand that does what you do? Analyze your competitors. That's always important. And then obviously continuously monitor and evolve. So that is all I have for today. Let's answer some questions. Let's see, what do we have over here? Okay, what business? Hi, I am Edmonton. I apologize if I'm saying that wrong. I am a digital marketing supplier. I have 20 years of agency experience as a media buyer. Oh, okay, that's not a question. JK, let's see. You guys can unmute yourselves also and just ask away, because I don't think I see any questions on here. Wow, we don't have any questions? Man, that means my training must be really good. General mental health or people that offer. Okay.
I had a question.
Yes.
So as we talk about crafting the brand identity, I really appreciated how you had like specific exercises or digestible things to do to start to paint the picture of your brand identity. But how often then would you tell a business owner to kind of check the things that you're mentioning? Like do things still resonate? Are we, should I change my logo? Should I update my colors? Like how often should business owners be considering that?
That's a good question because every industry varies. But if you start seeing that your sales are declining, if you start seeing that you're not getting the engagement or the traffic that you want, maybe you would consider going internally and checking your messaging, how you are talking about your business, how you're presenting your products, and how you are serving your current clients right now. Are you asking your current clients or your past clients, questions like, how have my business helped you, or how has my product or service helped you? That way, and using it as a testimonial and putting it out there. But number one thing is, if you see your traffic, your sales, and it's like declining, every month it's less and less, there's something with your messaging.
Understood. That makes sense.
Yes, ma'am.
And then when making that change, like, would you communicate it as like a static post, something that can live on your website? Like when you talk about the brand story, or is that something that like you can post consistently, maybe like once a week, once a month, reintroducing yourself or giving another piece of that brand identity? Like, I'm curious about the communication around that.
For me, like what I do it probably every couple weeks, because people don't see my posts all the time. There's that 90% that's viewed my graphics or my videos at one time. Then there's that 10% that are my loyal customers or my loyal clients or my loyal followers, and they're catching on. So they're creating that brand identity and that brand trust. But now I have that 90% that I need them to know who I am, how I can help them, how I can serve them, and the reason why they're following, or the reason why they are here. So I would just do, a couple weeks. If you are active on social media, even on Instagram, which is one of my favorite platforms, on your stories, just one or two slides, one or two posts. Hey, my name is so-and-so. For those of you who are new here, this is what I do. This is who I help. And this is how you can work with me. And boom, call it a day. We need to constantly remind people, our audience, that we are here, because once we post one time, that's it. People forget. Like, no, I'm still here. I'm ready. I'm still here. Don't worry. I'm here to help you. I'm going to remind you that I'm here. So this is what we do as business owners, and not be afraid also to promote our brand in our business, because of the fear of like, oh, they already seen it, or already posted yesterday, or already posted last week. They're going to think I'm being overwhelming, or whatever. No, they're not. Trust me that nobody cares for that. They just want to know what's in it for them and how you can help them. All right, let's see. Any more questions here?
I have a question.
Yes, Kelly.
I know we're talking about business brand identity and things like that, but how often do you see like a personal brand being able to really connect and build with the business's brand? Because especially if it's one that like you're representing. So do you have any thoughts, or like a percentage of like how important it is? And that probably will vary between all different industries, but just would love your thoughts.
Yeah, it does vary. But here's the thing when it comes to personal brand, and let's say you work for an insurance company that's huge, right? And you're the one who is selling for them. Remember that people buy from people who they trust. They might not necessarily trust the brand, but if you're showing up every day and you're helping, and you're showing that you help your clients, that you're just there on it, basically, they're going to go with you because you show up, and that's a little bit of personal branding when it comes to the big part. So percentage wise, I can't tell you, like, because it just varies. But one of the things I always tell my clients, you need to build your personal brand, because people are buying from you, not a robot, not the company per se. So let's say you decide to go with me and click my link to go to Novo and get a free account. You're doing it because me, right? Because I use it, and you like how I made you feel, and you like how I explain things, and and okay, now I trust her because she's on it, not because you trust Novo per se, is because of the person. So if you are part of a big company or organization, I think building your personal brand just tops it all. And especially right now, how personal brand rules, you see all these big CEOs are just coming out of under the rock, right? They're like, where did you come from? Like, oh, so you're the CEO of this company. Okay. oh, now you're showing us what you eat on a daily basis. Okay. And so, yeah, that's the world of social media and building your personal brand.
Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. Glad I can help. Let's see, any more questions? Ooh, I got a heart. Who's that? Thank you. That was cool. All right. Man, that's it, I think, right? Well, I am offering, free coaching, free, just a consultation meeting just to go over your personal brand. If you need any help with anything, I'm going to put my link on here and you can schedule a quick chat with me and we can go over anything you have or any concerns. Let's see if I can type today. No, I can't. All right, give me 1 second.
I was wondering too if anyone had written down their 3 words that the first prompt you gave about like the 3 words that describe your business to you and the 3 words that you'd want your audience to think of. I was curious if anyone had gone ahead and done those.
Oh, yeah. Look at that. See? You see how Stephanie's on it? Ah.
Tony had shared hers. She said,
I did.
Okay, awesome.
Oh,
I
hi,
hear you.
Tony.
Yeah, it was hope, a powerful method, definitely rare or new, like sick of the old, tried and true.
Okay. And what were they before?
I didn't have anything specific before.
Okay. So let me ask you this. What do you do?
I am a coach, but it really bleeds into mental health. I'm an internal family systems practitioner.
Okay.
So basically, I do work like the movie Inside Out with people.
Okay. And when someone is done with a session, how do they feel? Have they ever communicated that with you?
Yeah, it's completely different than when they showed up. They usually say that they feel lighter, they feel playful, excited to try new things.
Okay, so maybe we'll show you those works.
Okay.
What do you think?
Lighter? I mean, doesn't lighter like
So
only
think
fit
about
in
like
certain
the
context?
working class. You know, we work every day and we feel like at the end of the workday, we're just like, oh my gosh, I wish I would just take my shoes off, no interruptions, and just or talk to somebody like your spouse or your significant other and just get out everything out. Don't you feel lighter? Or wouldn't we want to feel lighter, not heavy and not just like going to bed with a heavy mind?
Yeah, like something is actually connected and resolved.
Yeah.
Right? Like there's a big
Yeah.
leap that can happen in 60, 90 minutes.
Of course. 60, that's fast. That's good.
Okay.
That's good. All right. You're doing it, Tony.
Thank you.
Congratulations. That's awesome.
I got a question. You said three things about yourself and 3 things about your business.
Let me
Or
go
just 3
back.
things.
Where was that? Okay. So write down 3 words that describe your business and 3 words you want your customers to think of when they hear your brand. So we kind of went a little bit how Tony went. Okay, so once she had her client and she was done with that session, how do they feel? Because at the end of the day, we're always going to go with what the customer actually says. And if it's a good response, then I think that's what we should be doing. But 3 words that you would like your target audience to feel or have that connection with you.
And Kelly's 3 words were purpose, inspire, and peace. And I know you said across all 5 brands, Kelly. So as someone who does a few different types of multi-passionate, multi-hyphenate, could you speak a little bit about how you get 3 words to align like the 5 endeavors that you're in? I'd love to hear about that.
Absolutely. So one of our companies, we bring purpose, inspiration, and peace through designing and curating spaces for people, whether it's in their homes or whether it's residential or commercial properties. We bring purpose, inspiration, and peace to business owners that want to systematize, automate, and scale. We bring purpose, inspiration, and peace to ambitious women through different resources that we bring. And then one that's very dear to my heart is bringing purpose, inspiration, and peace to those who have undergone trauma and abuse, because those are three things that people typically don't have when they've undergone trauma or abuse, and to be able to give them hope for being able to sustain those three things is really important to us. And it's really funny because I do have one other. My husband's a beekeeper, and so how that ties into bees is really quite interesting. But I do think it's there's a lot of studies that have come out with the frequency of bees when they're flying, about how restorative and healing that is, especially if whether a lot of veterans actually will, or anyone with PTSD actually receive a lot, because you can't think about anything else during that time. So those are quite funny studies, but that does tie in.
Is that the same as a mosquito as well?
To what?
Is it the same as a mosquito as well?
A bee?
Well, I can't think after when I hear I can't.
Oh. Yeah,
oh my God.
There's actually spas that people are going to to hear the frequency of bees flying. That's on a whole other level, but it's really quite interesting. But even just the act of beekeeping, you can't think of anything. It's like equine therapy. It brings a lot of peace to those that are working with equine therapy. So anyway, I thought that was fun too. That's actually more my husband's, but yeah, awesome. It all ties in.
Wow, amazing.
That is
loaded answer.
That is so interesting.
Really? Your link keeps taking me straight to podcasts. That's weird.
My link?
Yeah, the link that you put in, it keeps taking me to your podcast. Okay, let me look. Never mind. Maybe I'm not looking at it right.
Yes. And Tony, I saw in the chat that used the movie Beekeeper. I also thought of that, and I love that movie. So if you have not seen it, Kelly, highly recommend. It's called The Beekeeper. But thank you for sharing.
I'm going to put my website on here as well, just in case that link does not work. I mean, it should work. This is my website, and you can find a way to contact me or schedule a consultation with me. But do we have any other questions? Nick, yes, this is going to be recorded and is recorded. Anything else? All right, this is good. We finished early, right? Nice. That's a record right there. All right, well, thank you for being here with us today. If you have any questions, you can also email me. You can go to my website. Just go. It's free. Okay. I'm not going to charge you. I promise. I am there. Whatever you need, boom. Okay. And if you like Novo, if you don't have Novo, make sure to look into it. It's a really good bank. If you're using any other bank and you're like, what the heck? Why are they charging me for this? Consider Novo as an option.
Yeah,
but
give it a try. And come join the community groups too. You have questions after this event, and that's where you can find myself, you can find Teresa, and you can find other business owners who you can bounce ideas off of, and connect with and see where things go from there.
Yes, I'm going to be doing some other webinars, so stay tuned for that. Okay, so have a good rest of your day. Don't work too hard. Remember, branding is everything. It's not just a business, it's your whole entire brand. All right. Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Thanks so much, Teresa.